Your phone can load websites noticeably faster than it does right now, and one of the settings quietly holding it back was switched on at the factory before the device ever reached your hands. Nobody asked you, nobody mentioned it. Today, you are getting several free changes that make browsing on your phone genuinely faster, with no new phone, no upgraded data plan, and not 1 cent spent. Here is what most people do the moment their phone starts feeling sluggish. They either pay $20 or $30 more a month for a bigger data plan, or they drop several $100s on a brand new phone. In a huge number of cases, both of those are money spent chasing a problem that was never the phone or the plan. It was a setting someone else chose for you. Let us start with the one that costs nothing and takes about 10 seconds, because your phone, for all its capability, is genuinely lazy about one specific thing: cell towers. When you drive across town, or even just walk from one room of your house to another, your phone tends to hold onto the first tower it originally connected to, rather than actively searching for a stronger one nearby. As you move further from that tower, or as it gets congested with everyone else's phones during a busy evening, your phone often does not automatically go looking for a closer, less crowded option. It just keeps talking to the same distant tower while your actual speed quietly drops. The fix is to force a fresh search. Switch your phone into airplane mode. Wait a genuine 10 seconds, then switch it back off. When your phone reconnects, it runs a new search for the strongest available tower right now, rather than continuing to rely on whatever it originally latched onto. Most of the time, it reconnects to something closer and faster. If you have ever noticed, your phone feels unusually quick right after landing from a flight. That is this exact mechanism happening automatically, since airplane mode forces precisely this kind of fresh reconnection. Here is one that sounds completely backwards. Sometimes, turning off 5G actually makes your phone faster. We have all been told 5G means more bars and more speed, and standing directly under a strong 5G signal, that is genuinely true. But the fastest tier of 5G travels a short distance and struggles significantly to pass through walls and building materials. The moment you step inside a building or drift toward the edge of a 5G coverage area, your phone can end up rapidly switching back and forth between a weak 5G signal it can barely maintain and the older, more consistent LTE network. That constant switching costs you both time and battery without ever settling into a stable connection, giving you a worse experience than either network would provide on its own. If your data feels choppy indoors specifically, go into your network settings and manually lock your connection to LTE or 4G. A strong, stable LTE connection consistently outperforms a flickering, unstable 5G connection. Switch it back to 5G when you are outdoors in open coverage where the signal is genuinely strong. If you would rather fix a problem like this yourself than pay for a workaround, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. We keep digging up practical fixes exactly like this one. Now here's where we need to be precise about what actually happens next, because it is easy to overstate. Every time you type in a website address or open an app that pulls data from the internet, your phone does not inherently know where that destination lives online. It has to look the address up first in something like an internet phone book called a DNS server. By default, your phone uses whichever DNS server your carrier assigned, and that server can sometimes be slow or overloaded, particularly during peak usage hours. You can swap it for a faster, free alternative in about a minute, and it is completely legal and completely safe. Two widely used free options are Cloudflare, reached by entering 1.1.1.1, and Google, reached by entering 8.8.8.8. Both are among the fastest domain lookup services available to the general public at no cost. On an iPhone, open Settings, tap Wi-Fi, tap the small information icon beside your connected network, scroll to where it says Configure DNS, switch it from automatic to manual, and enter 1.1.1.1. On Android, search your settings for private DNS. Tap it, choose to enter it manually, and enter 1.1.1.1 there as well. Here is the honest, accurate version of what this actually changes, because it is worth being precise rather than overselling it. Switching your DNS server does not increase your actual download speed or your internet bandwidth. Your underlying connection speed from your carrier or your home internet plan stays exactly the same. What it does change is how quickly your phone looks up the address of a new website before that page can even begin loading. A slow or congested DNS server can add a genuinely noticeable delay before anything starts to appear on screen, particularly the first time you visit a site. A fast DNS server cuts that lookup delay down considerably. In practice, this means websites feel snappier to open and pages begin loading sooner, especially for sites you have not visited recently. even though your maximum download and streaming speeds remain unchanged. It is a real, worthwhile improvement to how responsive your phone feels, just not literally a doubling of your raw internet speed. While you are in your browser settings, it is worth clearing your browsing cache and stored site data every so often. Your browser saves pieces of every site you visit, so it can theoretically load them faster next time, but over months of use, that stored data can grow large enough to actually slow your browser down, rather than speed it up, especially on a phone with limited storage. In Chrome or Safari, this option is usually found under Settings, then Privacy, then Clear Browsing Data. Clearing it does not delete your bookmarks or save passwords. It only clears out the accumulated temporary files, and most people notice pages rendering visibly faster immediately afterward. While we are on the subject of your phone feeling quick, let us deal with the freeloaders running in the background. A whole collection of apps you have not opened in days are often quietly refreshing feeds, checking for updates, and pulling in ads, all sharing the same data connection you are actively trying to use. Go into your settings, find the list of apps allowed to use data in the background, and turn that off for anything you do not need, updating the instant something happens. Social media and shopping apps are usually the biggest offenders here. You are not deleting anything, you are simply telling those apps to wait until you actually open them, which leaves your connection clearer for whatever you are doing right now. One counterintuitive note worth mentioning here: low power mode, the setting most people only turn on when their battery is running low, actually restricts a lot of this same background data activity automatically as one of its side effects. Some people leave it on permanently once they notice both their battery and their browsing feel better for it. The trade-off is that some notifications and background updates arrive with a slight delay, which for most day-to-day use is a fair trade for a noticeably calmer, faster feeling phone. If your phone still feels congested after all of that, there is a reset option most people avoid because it sounds more drastic than it actually is. Reset network settings. This does not erase your photos, messages, or installed apps. It only clears out the accumulated mess of old Wi-Fi connections, stale carrier configuration data, and settings your phone has been quietly hoarding since the day you bought it. You will need to re-enter your Wi-Fi passwords afterward, so have those ready. But on a phone that is a couple of years old, this alone can feel like a meaningful reset. One last change worth making if you have Wi-Fi at home. Turn on Wi-Fi calling in your settings. Normally your calls and texts travel over the cellular network, competing for the same signal as your data. Wi-Fi calling routes them over your home internet connection instead, which frees up your cellular connection to focus entirely on data. And as a bonus, your calls will often start working reliably in the one dead spot of your house where they never used to. A detail that surprises people. A phone that is nearly full on storage genuinely does browse and load content more slowly, not just feel more cluttered. Your phone uses free storage space as working memory for caching and processing data as pages load, and when that space runs low, everything, including basic browsing, has to work harder. If your phone is sitting below 10% free storage, clearing out old photos, unused apps, or downloaded files you no longer need can noticeably improve overall responsiveness alongside everything else covered here. None of this required a new phone, a bigger plan, or a technician. It required knowing which settings someone else quietly decided for you and switching them back in your own favor. No new phone, no new plan, just settings someone else set for you, changed back. Send this to the person in your life who is always complaining theirs is slow. The next video is already up, go watch it now.